Okay, I have a problem. Like many winter days, I was dreaming about summer. And then I found this folder with footage of Lesotho on my desktop. And I sort of disappeared into it and started editing.
But this is one of the better ones.
Yeah.
This is like by far the prettiest and the windiest.
We had finally reached Mafika Lisiu Pass in the Maluti Mountains, 3,000 meters above the dry, endless plains of South Africa. 2 hours earlier, at the foothills of the mountains, we had entered the kingdom in the sky.
Wilhelm's description was, man, that's Africa. Pretty spot on.
In our minds, we were explorers from the Arctic. Together with our South African friend, Bod, we were collecting insights, stories, and knowledge about the world.
The brakes just overheated a little bit. So we just took a cigarette break on one of the most beautiful places in the world.
But I guess the people we passed saw us in another light, spoiled white men acting like young boys in a careless manner. They were right, of course. But so were we.
Continue on this road for 125 kilometers and you will arrive at Katse village. En route, you will pass through the village of Halejona, you will cross over the dam on a large bridge, continue over another mountain pass, and then cross under the Katse dam wall and proceed up the hill to the village of Katse.
Yes.
Do not turn off the road anywhere and you will arrive in camp.
And I've already made a film about Lesotho and South Africa, but I thought, maybe I can find another angle of this story. This is something else. My original plan was to make a fly fishing film, but I was immediately faced with a problem. I realized fly fishing for me is mainly about chasing an unreachable dream, and my films always follow the same structure. The main part of the film is about finding the fish.
Ser du en fisk nu? Ja, där ser jag.
Alltså de rör ju sig överallt här.
De rör sig.
Ja.
And then in the end scene, someone might catch it.
Där. Ja då!
Here, I couldn't really find an angle where it seemed like we had to search for the fish. It's like I'm so used to chasing fish, but here you just walk down and there's hundreds. For a few days, we lived like royals in luxurious cabins, and every night they served us dinner and beverages. This wasn't the kind of fly fishing we were used to. But we quickly adapted to the new lifestyle.
Men du Rolf, tänker du på en takojare?
This beautiful life with my friend Roy.
I can see it as an African thing.
The Maluti hopper. I always use young boys to get my flies tied.
We started to feel important, entitled to the privileges. And perhaps it got to our head. After our visit, we would release the book, The Complete Guide to Fly Fishing in Lesotho. I had finally understood the key ingredients of success. The world values confidence above knowledge.
Nobody knows the game better than I do.
And nobody knows fly fishing in Lesotho better than I do. It's super easy to find a fish, but then sort of figure out how you can get them to take is a little harder. The main character in the book would be the smallmouth yellowfish, a carp fish that migrated up the rivers to spawn in the summertime. And though it was mainly feeding below the surface, It sometimes rose and ate floating insects. The brown trout in the English chalk streams has the same behavior. And that led to the development of fly fishing.
This is where fly fishing began, pretty much. The dry fly style, Frederick M. Halford, in the 1870s. Walking in the footsteps of the great English gentlemen who used to come to the chalk streams for sport and recreation and fish the upstream dry fly, the brown trout. No! Bloody hell, get that!
Bad luck, sir. Bad luck.
Come on, Jeeves!
And fly fishing's popularity among English aristocrats led to the spread of brown trout and rainbow trout in the English colonies. The Englishmen had been here too, but both the Yellowfish and the Basotho culture had endured and triumphed. In 1966, Lesotho became independent, but we still found traces of the Englishmen.
Jeg tror greien med de her fiskene, altså de her Yellowfish, de er egentlig ikke så veldig tørrflueorientert. Men det går å få dem på tørrflue. Men da må man ha en plass, at de står grønt, og at de da liksom ser overflaten. Oi, se på den kan jeg ta. Men stort sett så står de og ser på bunnen, og etter et sånt nymfedriv da. Og så er det jo vi som det er jo vårt valg da, at vi skal ta dem på tørrflue. Men det som er interessant også, det er at det står masse fisk i en liten pool. Så er de ganske pikk igjen allikevel på fluevalg og sånn her. Det er liksom ikke som en pool full av harr, der det liksom, du får alle liksom. Nå har vi denne flua, bullbait. Det er som en liten myre. Det er som en liten maur eller noe sånt. CDC-vinger, en liten husflue, eller noe slags som liksom trilleri. For jeg tror, av det vi har sett av Afrika så langt, som jo er veldig lite av Afrika, så er det ikke så veldig ofte at det er sånne klekkinger som vi er vant til. Altså at det klekker for eksempel fjærmygg eller døgnflue eller vårflue, at det er veldig definert, og det er masse av dem. Her er det litt mer sånn, litt sånn, kommer det en gresshoppe, og kommer det 3 maur. Og så kommer det akkurat som en sånn stekt sommerdag, du vet, i slutten av juli oppe i fjellet, når det har vært varmt i 2 uker. Sånn er det.
In Sweden we don't fish that much with hoppers, but now we fish with them, so I have to film some hoppers. Here's one. Jag har varit ganska skeptisk inställd mot den, för jag har alltid sett den som en amerikansk grej. Alltså amerikansk blindfiskegrej liksom. Men
Det är väl lite det också.
ja, för att här nu känns det på något sätt känns det väldigt afrikanskt, det vi håller på med. Ja. Lesotho Blue Hopper. Ja. Det är en ganska vanlig en ganska vanlig hopper som är i det torra gräset här intill. Det skiljer sig mycket från den amerikanska hoppern, för den amerikanska hoppern den blåser i, medan Lesotho-hoppern den liksom för att svalka sig mot hettan hoppar den i och sen kliver den. Yeah, after a while I realized I can't find another angle of the story. The story from now on has to be about the Makonga village, David, Makonga Ranger, Martin, and all the locals that we met. And I've already told that story. So now I don't know what to do. I guess this is how it goes when you don't plan things and you impulsively start doing things. And then after a while you realize, I've been editing for 2 days and I can't use this. But maybe I can use it if I film myself talking about how I can't use it. If you want to know more about the valley and the people in it, then watch my other film, Marbato. It's a more complicated story, I guess, about my trip. Anyway, I'm very sorry for not finishing the film. Yeah. Also, I forgot the coffee. It's like I thought my plan was to make a little scene here where I'm like appreciating winter time and making coffee. But I forgot the coffee and I fucked up the film. Anyhow, now I'm gonna make a new film. It's gonna be about the value of wind. No, it's not gonna be about that. Are you still watching? Thank you. Thanks for watching. And also, some in the comments, there's somebody sometimes talk about my eyebrow, and it's gone. But if you look really close, it's starting to come back.